What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival 2024. This is episode number 47, and this is the episode we're going to be taking off with the AMG Snowstorm. Mark my words, by the end of this episode, we will have taken off, and we'll be up there. We'll probably end up ending the episode at the uranium outpost. I don't know, something like that. But we have a lot to do before we do that, because we only got through like 3 or 4 rooms last episode when we were renovating, painting, and doing all the stuff. So we're going to get all the rest of the rooms painted. We're going to get everything loaded up onto the AMG Snowstorm. Which is, I don't know, I think we're probably only going to end up bringing a couple of the ships. So we're probably going to end up bringing the recaffeinator, just in case we need some combat or something like that. And we'll probably end up bringing the barista as well. I don't think we're going to end up bringing the coffee roaster. Here, let me turn off my signals. They're getting... The more signals we get, the crazier it gets. But yeah, we're probably going to end up bringing the recaffeinator and the barista, not the coffee roaster. And anything else can just chill here and be fine. And of course, we'll bring a bunch of those things, but like they're made on the ship, so we don't have to actually bring them. But before we do anything, one person recommended that I put the word Snowstorm on the side of the ship. So like right here or something like that. I think that's probably the best spot. I can't see any other spot that would work perfectly. So I think probably the word Snowstorm along this thing right here would be perfect. We'll do it on the other side as well. Let me real quick grab my letters. So SNOWSTORM is 9 letters, and how much space do we have to work with? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 15. So that means we can have a gap of 1 2 3 4 14 13 12 11 10 9. Okay, so if we start on this one, this should actually give us the perfect like spacing for Snowstorm. So let's put it here and let's weld it up and see what it looks like. Okay, that's not bad. The only problem is the T is very hard to see. So what I might do instead is go snow right there and then storm on this side, STORM. That should be perfect. Although I don't know if I like the gap right there. It makes it look a little weird. So maybe what I'll do then is let's paint this one right here black and then do back the first one that we had, the first idea that we had. So let's try that. Oh, now that's what I'm looking for. So all I needed to do was paint that one block right there and it looks a little bit better. So let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So we have Snowstorm written on both sides. There we go. That's looking good. And what does it look like from the inside? From here you can see the letters, but from the inside I wonder. Oh, that was apparently a little pressurized room. That's not bad. That doesn't actually break up the view that much. You can see the letters, but you can't, it's not like big and in the way, so I think that's fine. Okay, we're gonna paint all these rooms, by the way, this episode. So all this stuff is gonna stop being random colors, and it's gonna instead be painted by the end of this one. All right, actually, I guess you know what? We're in this room. Let's go ahead and start with this one. Let me get my paint tool back on here. Character tools, paint gun, throw that right there, because we're gonna need it quite a bit. So we're gonna need to do some lighting, do some painting, and do some LCDs. So an LCD right here telling you that this is gonna be going into the hallway, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, something like that. Okay, so first things first, this is more of a lounge area, so we're gonna go with probably a wood looking flooring. So let's grab a wood, let's grab a kind of a wooden color. So maybe like something like that, maybe up there a little bit, and then kind of a light wood color right there, and see what that looks like. See, that's not that bad. Oops, I didn't mean to paint that thing. I was trying to paint these little blocks. We'll repaint that in a second, it'll be fine. All right, so there we go, that's not bad. We're probably gonna want to get some lighting in here as well. Or actually, I'll do lighting after the painting, how about that? All right, the med bay is done. We now have signs pointing to the main hall and the med bay, which is this thing right here. We've got some wood color, some also wood color, a red color for the med bay. We've got some lighting over here, a little hallway that goes out to the exterior area, as well as room 2A. I've decided to call this deck 2. It makes some sense, I guess. The deck 1 would be the one above us and 3 would be the one below us. Inside the room, we've got, again, similar colors, some of this stuff, you know, some of that stuff. Got some actual lighting up here, which is very nice. And we have a picture. So this one was in the comments of last episode. Someone said that we should have pictures of the base scattered around the ship. So this right here is, if you can guess it, it's the Coffini base. It's a little bit stretched, but yeah, it's the Coffini base in an artistic style that was created by Whip's Image Converter. So if you ever want to put pictures in Space Engineers, Whip's Image Converter is what you need. It's a free tool, and you can go and download that, and yeah, it's on GitHub. Oh, you know what? I should put something on here as well. Let's put a random like YouTube video or something on here. All right, there we go. He's watching some space engineers. This is actually the Escape from Typhoon series, episode 1 that he is, or whoever's sitting here is watching. By the way, if you guys are using Whip's image converter and you want to use an entertainment console like this, using custom resolution 200 by 100 seems to work pretty well. It's got this little gap in the bottom, so maybe it needs to be a little bigger, but it's fine. This is the best that I could get it to do. So anyway, yeah, so this area is done. Let's move on to the next area because we have a lot to do in this episode, and it's been 45 minutes already of recording, so good lord. Okay, well, let's continue with this area. We need to do this hallway. Yes, we need to do this hallway. Okay, so this one shouldn't be too difficult. Probably the biggest thing is going to be we need to light up this area down here because it's very dark, and we need to get some paint in here. But other than that, it's just going to be like a little bit of paint, and then we should be good. So let's do that real quick. We're going to bump this radius all the way up. All right, it's taken about an age to do this, but I've revamped this entire area here. So we have our deck 3 and control room area down there, so it's pointing down there. We don't have a sign here. We do have a little sign here saying authorized personnel only, so that's fine. And then, yeah, this looks normal. It just has this darker coloring. And then down here, I revamped completely because this wasn't really a room for anything. So I removed the turret, and I also set a little door going outside. So I'll show you that in just a second. We have a light and we have this stuff right here. So going outside, we have a little bit of an airlock, which closes. We'll wait for it to close here for a second. Then we can go outside, which has a staircase that goes downward. And then it leads to this little observation area where you can walk around down here and you can look around. You have this area right here, which has a bit of a shield. And that's for mostly the looks. Once I go to the other side, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, little observation area. And if I go out here, this is what the front now looks like. So down here, we have this observation area, and then it kind of continues on going upward. And I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. That's a pretty nice front of the ship, I think, with this little observation area. It also kind of hides, if I turn my light on here, it kind of hides this turret a little bit better as well. So now we have these blocks kind of around it where it's not sticking out as much. It's hidden a little bit better. So there we go. Those are those rooms. Let's move on to our next rooms, which is probably going to be this room right here. We need to get this one built up. Actually, this room needs a little bit of a makeover as well, doesn't it? Okay, so this room's gonna be a little tricky because while we already have the lighting done, we do need to paint it, but we also need to get buttons set up. So we want buttons to control the drones. We want them to probably control the thrusters as well. Maybe this will be the little drone control area for this ship. And then we're not going to do anything with the LCDs because it's going to take way too long. It'd be nice to have like a status thing for when our drones are ready or anything like that, but we don't have enough time to set anything like that up, nor do I really know how to do it. But maybe a future upgrade for the AMG Snowstorm, maybe in the next series, because we are going to have this ship at some point in the next series. We'll think about adding LCDs. But what we're probably going to do is have one of these be like print, one of them be like launch or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then maybe like thrusters on, thrusters on off, something. We'll figure it out. But first things first, let's actually get this in a decent state to have everything move around. Okay, so we have those. So this right here, we're gonna move everything forward a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong block. And these are light. I'm actually gonna turn these into heavy. Do I got any thrusters that are broken right now? Do I got any thrusters that I need to fix right now? I do not know if I've got thrusters that are not repaired. I do not know where thrusters are if they're not repaired. Yeah, I do not know. I've got a thruster trying to repair now. I do not know if they need repairs. Where are my thrusters if they need repairs? Tell me that they gonna need repairs. If all my thrusters need repairs, then all my thrusters need be there. And I need to get my thrusters repaired, 'cause my thrusters are ready to repair, 'cause I'm at a thruster. Actually, I think all my thrusters are ready. All right, I think this cockpit area is done now. We have a little sign warning people not to go out here without a mask. We've got a plant right here, this little area right here, which is looking nice. We've got over here the, oh, I redid this, by the way, to give it a second layer of protection, and also to use these helm blocks, which I really like. I think it makes it look a lot better over here. So we now have the cockpit right there, which you can drive in, and then we have thrusters on and off right here, which control the thrusters. I did a quick check to make sure all the thrusters are able to turn on and off, and I fixed up one of them that was not working properly. So thrusters are looking good. And then over here, we have this area, as well as this area right here, where we have our drone printer controls. Drone printer start, stop, and then the third one is drone launch, staggered every 2 seconds. So all of our launches are gonna stagger, starting with A, and then 2 seconds later B, and then C, and then D. So they'll all launch in a staggered format like that. So I think this cockpit is done, and we're looking good. All right, let's move on to, we've already done this little area right here, but let's move on to the little disco area in here. So yeah, we need to, doesn't need much of a makeover, I don't think. Yeah, we've already done all the downward area here. We just need to fill out this area right here with some stuff, and then do the rest of the painting and you know, that sort of thing. Maybe what I'll do is increase the disco area as well. All right, everybody, welcome to the new disco room where we have lots of seating and drinks available. You can sit here or there with your party. You can sit there, you can sit here, you can sit there, you can sit over here. You can really sit anywhere you want. We have another seating area right here. We have an entire seating area down here, a bathroom down here, pretty much everything down here, and that's where our little script is behind that door. We've hidden it. And then we've actually set up a bigger disco area than we had before. So if I hit the button right here, it'll go into white mode, which is just like the preparation mode. It just kind of sits there like that. And if I hit it again, we got disco mode. Yeah, we can put some music on here as well. Let's use this remix one. Add sounds. Play. I'm waiting for the remix part. Come on, give me the beat drop. Okay, you know what? We're going boring mode until it does. Oh! Did I miss it? Hang on. Yeah! We're dancing. This is my best dance. I'm alone on the dancing floor. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we got the crew in here. We're dancing. Oh, it's about to drop. Get ready. I'm ready for it. No one else is dancing. It's only me. We've got a mosh pit going. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this. All right. All right, there we go. The night is immortalized. We have all of our people in here in a nice little screenshot. So anyway, yeah, that's the jukebox room. All these people are from the replay tool. I just spawned them in, and I don't know if they're gonna disappear ever or if they're just here forever. So yeah. All right, you guys hang out here. Yeah, that's our disco room. Let's move on to the next room that we have to paint and do, which is going to be this little conference room. I don't think this will be that hard. We just need a light and to paint everything. But other than that, yeah, this should be a small room and an easy one to do. So let's get this one done. Okay, I think I'm done with this area as well. So we've got the entrance room right here, which has engine, disco, cockpit, upper hangar access. It's all this way. And then habitation control and lower hangar access are down there. So if we go up here, we've got a little chill room with a little picture of kind of the area. It's kind of how I start my videos, actually, the little intro area. I always have a view like that. But yeah, we go over here. We have a nice conference room complete with a couple of lights and stuff like that. So that's looking pretty good. Actually, this probably needs some lighting as well. So let's switch this to a nicer light here. Bring that down, bump up the radius a little bit, and I'll bump down the intensity also to 3. Maybe bump up the radius a little more. And that should be good. That's lighting up the area a little bit better. Perfect. Okay. Actually, this also needs some paint. Give me 1 second. I unfortunately can't find a place for this sign, so we're gonna have to go signless for this one. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, I can put it right there, but then if I put it there, I don't think I can actually get through, right? Yeah. All right, it's fine. We'll go signless. All right, these rooms are done. Let's move on to the next area, which is probably going to end up being this giant hangar area. This one is the one I'm afraid of because we have to do all the lighting and stuff. But might as well get it out of the way, right? Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna have to get these lights increased in range, and that should help out a little bit. And then when it comes to the door, we had this entire timing system before where pretty much we had lights turning on and everything like that. And basically it would cycle the airlock and all that stuff. So probably I want to set up something like that also. And that would give the control room actually a reason to exist. The only problem is that's gonna be a pain to set up. But I don't think it'll be too hard. We just need to group up all of our stuff. And then we can use a couple of timers. It'd be easier with a script, because then I could create like a state machine that would manage the state of this airlock and then have all the lights and stuff trigger based on that. The only problem is that would take a lot longer to actually write a script, because I'm slow when it comes to writing scripts. Although that said, it could also be helpful because in the future, I will also have instances where I'll want to do something like this. So, you know what? I'm gonna start easy. Let's start with these lights over here. We'll get these lights nice and lit up. So these guys are going to be, I think we had them as orange lights before. So if I want them orange, I'll have to do something like this. And then if I increase the radius of those, how does it look having like orange lights there? I could decrease this a little bit, kind of make it like that. It's not bad. All right, so there's some orange lighting at least. Now for cycling the airlock stuff. Oh, how do I want to do this? Let me go into here. I wonder, do we have any place that we can put a script in here? Because that would help. I could toss a script somewhere. All right, programmable block right there. Now we have a little script section. So I guess let's get this thing written. It's gonna be very simple. It's just gonna be a little state machine that's gonna have the state of the hangar. So it's gonna have, well, I guess I'll go ahead and write it and then I'll show you guys what it does. How about that? So kabam, and let's get this going. So we're gonna copy over our Disco script, I think, because it's very similar to how the Disco one works. All right, welcome back. 2 hours later. I probably spent a lot longer than I should have on that script, but it's now done. So the script is here. A lot of the time I spent is just getting this cool little log to show up, showing the oxygen level, the door state, last commands, you know, stuff like that, all the statuses. But now we have it set up. Pretty much it controls all the closing and opening stuff. So if I wanted to close the hangar door, I can hit this button right here. Let me turn off my signal so we don't have those on. No, it's already closed. If I want to open the hangar door, I hit this one. So it's going to turn on the siren and everything, and it's going to start decompressing. So if I go over to one of these things, you'll see that it's decompressing right here. It's at like 40% or something. And once it reaches 0, it's going to open. There we go. It's going to open all the way. And once it opens all the way, the siren and the lights are going to turn off on their own. So just give it 1 second and boom. Nice. Okay. In addition to that, it's actually going to change the color of the room slightly. So this, it didn't change the color right there because I was messing around with it. But if I close it now, you'll see that it's going to change the color. So I actually have the rotating lights switching colors based on if it's opening or closing. So you'll see if it's closing, it's like this purple rotating light. But you'll also see that we're about to change the color of the room to like a more daylight color, like an operational color for it being closed. Whereas the open is kind of like that other color right there. So if you guys want this script, let me know. I spent probably 2 hours on it. So if you do want it, let me know and I'll put it in like a paste bin or something, or upload it to the workshop. But yeah, okay, script done. With the script being done, I'd say the lighting is pretty done as well. I think that's good. And you know what? I think, let me just paint up the bottom here and then we'll be pretty good for this room. So what that entails is grabbing this color right here, or actually we're gonna grab this one. And we're gonna paint a lot of that color. All right, I think I'm pretty satisfied with this paint job over here. So for now, we're gonna call this room done. Biggest room by far that we've had to do, but it was really all just that script. All right, let's move on to the next room. We've got a couple more we have to do before we can prepare for takeoff. All right, really quickly, let's do the skylight. There's not that much to do here, but I do want to point out where the stairwells are with the sign, as well as over here, I'd like to put an LCD here. So let's do that. And I don't think we're gonna paint this area that much. It should be good with just the white paint. So let's go and get these ones done. All right, I think this is good enough. We've got the starboard stairwell, we've got the port stairwell, we've got the main control room, and we've got the engine room back there. Next up, we need to do the main control room, so let's get that painted and stuff. I think we also need to put in a couple of items in here. But yeah, definitely some lighting is needed as well, because there's like none in here. So let's get that done. All right, for this room, I think this will do. We have a nice console block, which we'll put an AMG Snowstorm on once we have lifted off and taken a blueprint of this thing. We've got a couple of nice red planters over here, as well as the top area, which I've repainted because it was blue. Actually, I wonder what the outside looks like now that I've repainted some of the top areas. Let's go take a look. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it actually doesn't change the look very much when I just, all I've done is changed a couple of these to be gray instead of blue. I think it actually makes it look a little bit better this way. So yeah, I like that. It's a little dark, it's hard to see everything. But with that, I think that's all the rooms that we wanted to paint and pressurize. We've got them all looking pretty good. Especially, you know, the main room with the script that I spent hours on. But yeah, I think everything is pretty much ready for us to take off. And of course, we can change things once we do take off. We'll be in space for at least a couple episodes before the end of the series, so we'll have ample time to make some changes if we want to for some of the rooms. So with that, let's go ahead and transition from the building phase of this episode to the takeoff phase, because we need to get our preparations ready and make sure everything's loaded onto the ship before we lift off. We'll probably also want to do it during the day, so we'll probably end up sleeping the night, but let's get to that. All right, it's time to start our pre-launch. So before we launch, we want to make sure that primarily all of our weapons have ammo. So that's an important thing. Make sure that all of these have ammo, which means we need a lot of Gatling ammo, we need a lot of assault cannon ammo, and we need some autocannon ammo as well, right? Yes, we need some autocannon ammo and some artillery ammo actually. So we need to make sure we have all that ammo. So let's go look at our ammo container and see what we've got inside the base right now. So if we go into here, and go into con ammo, I think that's what it is. We can see what we've got. So assault cannon shells, we've got quite a few, so we can load some of those onto the ship. I don't see any artillery shells. We have some shells inside of our large ship storage and some more inside there. I think I'd like a couple more artillery shells. So while we're here, let's go ahead and bump up our shell count by 200 maybe. So we'll let that do that. So Gatling ammo, what do we have for Gatling? For autocannon, we're pretty good. We have 560 autocannon shells. We might want to bring 1,000 with us, but for Gatling, we don't have a lot. Hang on. Yeah, it looks like all of it's going to weapons right now. So we're gonna need to make more Gatling as well. And for Gatling, I think I want probably maybe 1,000 Gatling will be nice, and we'll do another 1,000 autocannon. Let's check, are we good on that actually? So 200 artillery shells, 1,000 Gatling, 1,000 autocannon. It's gonna require that amount of iron, which we definitely have. The nickel, I'm not 100% sure about, we probably have it. Magnesium, we probably have, maybe, and uranium, I think we have. So, yeah, let's let that stuff build up. We're gonna make sure all of our guns are loaded after that. Next, we want to check components. So let's go to our component right here and let's check what we want. So we're gonna want more steel plates for sure. So let's bump those in. We'll throw another 15,000 in there. Why not? Computers we're probably good on. Gravity components we'll want some more of as well. Okay, all in all, when we have our list of stuff put in here, we need 330,000 iron. I think we have plenty there. I think all this stuff we should have. The gold, maybe not. So that's a lot of silicon, but again, we had like hundreds of thousands of silicon. The gravel might be a little tough. And what's the gravel for? The gravel's for the reactor components. So if push comes to shove, we don't need the reactor components, but let's go and get some power before we run out here real quick. I think I'll just sit in this bed here while we let our power restore. So we're getting all of our components in there. We're gonna need to load those components onto the AMG Snowstorm as well. Luckily we have two giant cargo containers, one of which we can designate for components and one of which we can designate for other components. Maybe one for ingots and one for components. I don't know, I haven't really thought about how we want to do that quite yet, but I know we have a container, we have two containers, kind of one right there and one right there inside the ship. And then we have a bunch of small containers scattered around the ship everywhere. So actually, you know what I'll do as well? Here, let's make some hand weapons while we're at it, and let's make some hand ammo. So we have some rockets, which means we could get some Pro 1s and bring them with us. We can bring some MR30Es, maybe some S10Es as well. So let's go ahead and bump up our production of those. So maybe we'll make 10, 20 of those, and we'll make 20 of those. And I think we already have Pro 1s scattered around. We'll make a couple of those rifles as well. Let's just let all this stuff make while we move on to the next step. So the next important thing is going to be loading the ships that we want to take. So I was saying earlier, we want to take the recaffeinator. That's going to act as our defense ship, just in case we get attacked and we need to actually get out there and fight, not inside the other ship. If we need like a small fighter, we'll bring the recaffeinator, and we'll also bring the barista, but not the coffee roaster. Coffee grinder, right? I'm forgetting the name of my own ships. Yeah, we're not bringing the coffee grinder. We're not bringing any other ship. We're just gonna bring these two, I think. If we end up needing a mining ship out in space or on Earth, we'll just make another one, because we actually don't really have any mining ships here, do we? We pretty much used the PAM stuff the entire time. So anyway, let's press number 8 and let's get this over onto the AMG Snowstorm. So we're gonna use our very nice entrance right here. We're gonna have to be a little careful because it's not the most open connection. Oh, it's closed. Oh no. All right, command room. Let's go ahead and hit the open button, which is, oh gosh, I never wrote down which one is which. I think this one's the open emergency and this one is just open. So let's go ahead and hit the open one. It's gonna pull out all the air into the of the room. Give it just a second here. There we go, 2 bars, 1 bar, and should open any second here. There we go. All right, the other ship is now welcome to come in. Nice, that actually worked pretty well. So this one right here, I kind of want to land it right there. I think we might end up leaving this ship behind because we're going into space. It's not really going to be useful in space, and if we need to make another mining ship, we'll end up making one in space. So I think we're going to end up leaving the miner Gen 3 behind on this planet. So we'll trade this out. We'll trade it out for the barista. This ship was, of course, a ship that we used in the 2023 survival series, or the long-standing survival series on Pertam. This was one of the later ships that we built, the Gen 3 one. We built a Gen 3 welder as well alongside it, but I guess we didn't bring that. Oh no, we did bring that, but it ended up being shot down with us when we fell out of the sky at episode 1 of this series. Let's go ahead and park that there. There we go. By the way, episode 1 of this series, do you guys know where we landed when we crash landed that all that time ago? A year ago almost now? We crash landed right here. This was the original hole. It, of course, got a little deeper, but this was the original hole, I think. Yeah, that we crash landed on. It was something like that. We crash landed right here. We started our first episode. We built some sort of wind turbine here. We built this first room right here. This little thing. In fact, a lot of this is still original from the first time we built it. This survival kit has never moved. These things were here from the beginning. The vent, you know, the batteries, the cargo container here. This is all original stuff. It was all here since episode 2, I think. So that's pretty cool. We've really expanded from the start. We've got these little things right here that we never ended up doing much with, and we will never end up doing much with. I do have a Space Engineers mini-series planned where it's only going to be like remote ships and stuff like that, so maybe we'll end up doing something like that. But yeah, the little mosquito things or whatever we called them. I forget what they were called, but yeah. And we have this guy right here, a little scouting drone, the Sprite drone, just chilling there. We're not going to end up bringing any of that stuff with us, but the recaffeinator, let's go ahead and park. We're going to give it this quick response zone. These could do a little better. We could plan these out a little better, but for now, we're just going to leave it because we ended up using up a lot of our room for other stuff. Okay, that's probably the best we can do for the connection. It's not ideal because this is a little hard to navigate, but it's fine. We'll just let it be like that. Let's go get the barista. Load that on. All right, now for the barista, let's go ahead and put the barista inside one of the slots. Now this one doesn't need a quick response slot like the other one has. We can probably put this in one of our normal upper slots up here because we won't necessarily need this guy to be very quickly accessed. So let's go ahead and put it like right in one of these slots. Let's go ahead and back it up here and see if we can get it in there. And yes, all right, press number 8 and we are good. All right, how does that look? Not bad. Okay, so now we have the barista right here and we have the recaffeinator right here. We have both of the ships that we want to take with us on our journey. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have all of our ammo and our components stored as well. So let's see how that stuff is producing. How are you guys doing over here? Well, it's still taking its sweet time, I'll give it that. So our cargo containers. Oh, actually, you know what? There's one more ship that I want to bring with us, and that's going to be the Hero's Pride ship that we took and we renamed it to something and I forget which that was called. That'll be our mining ship. How We renamed it to Espresso's Pride, right. All right, we're gonna bring our Espresso's Pride with us on this journey because I think it's gonna be a really helpful ship. Considering it's an ion-capable ship, I think it's gonna be a very good one to have with us. It'll be pretty much our only ion-capable ship that we have. Oh, let's go sideways here because it's a little tough to get in this area. And actually, finding a parking spot might be a little tough for this because this doesn't have any connector anywhere except for the top, right? So what I might do for this guy is I might actually stick a landing gear on it and just park it on one of these things. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, there we go. We parked it right here. It's a little bit weird to be positioned right there, but we actually don't have anywhere we can land this. So we might end up just taking this one with us to space and then finding a solution for it somewhere, wherever we go. We might even just put it at our space base and leave it there or something like that. Okay, is there anything else we want to bring? As much as I would love to bring this guy, I don't think we're going to end up bringing it because it is an atmospheric thing. We're just, and it honestly wouldn't work on any planet other than this one with the gravity. So we're just going to leave the Macchiato Grande right here. Okay, let's start getting our ammo positioned and stuff like that. So I'm gonna grab my. We didn't end up making a lot of pistol ammo, did we? Actually, I don't think we ended up making too much ammo in general. All right, starting with this room, we'll go ahead and throw some stuff in the armory. We'll give it 10 rounds along with probably 2 of these rifles. I'm gonna position it like this, and then we'll probably throw all of our pistol ammo in there. We'll throw a Pro 1 in there as well. Oh, our pressurization is just broken. Okay, we'll have to make sure we fix pressurization. It's just broken right now. I don't know why, but it's decided to break on me. Oh well, that's fine. Let's get these things stocked. All right, hand ammo at least is settled. So we have a bunch of hand ammo containers around here. All of the armory things that I could find have things like this where we have different kinds of weapons and ammo. Some of them have Pro 1s with rockets in them. Especially the one at the front has like 10 rockets, I think. So yeah, we've got all those set up. Now we need to get the actual weapons for the stationary guns on board. So let's go into a container like this one and look for our, we have large ship storage. These are the ones we have. Ah, yes, I had a naming convention and I forget what it was. Large ship storage S11A though. I feel like these are my big containers. Ah, yes, L1 and L2 are my ship storages. Okay, so these are the ones that I want to load up with stuff. I think I'm gonna put ammo inside L2. Let's go to our car container. Yep, and we're gonna put in a bunch of steel plates in here. We're gonna put in 20, we're gonna take 20K steel plates. Okay, there's a pretty good amount of stuff to start out with. We're gonna go ahead and let this continue to build stuff, and then we'll add maybe a couple more detector components, reactor components, maybe some radio components as well. For now, let's go ahead and get the ammo from the ammo container. So Gatling ammo boxes, we're gonna wanna bring probably most of that. We do have some Gatlings back at the base, so I'm not gonna bring all of it. We'll go ahead and bring 600 boxes of the stuff, which is quite a bit. For our artillery shells, we'll go ahead and bring 100 artillery shells. Again, we do have artillery back at the main base. Assault cannon shells, we're gonna go ahead and bring 300 of them. I'll bring 20 railgun sables just in case we decide we want to build like a small grid railgun. We can disassemble these and reassemble them as whatever we want. And then I'll bring a couple of rockets because we are just literally not using these at base. We can always disassemble these and use these if we want to. In fact, you know what? Take all of them. Okay, I'd say ammo-wise, we're pretty good. We just need to make sure that all of our ships are ammoed up. So let's get our Gatling. Oh, I forgot the drones are also going to eat Gatling ammo, so we need to be a little careful making sure that they can all get their ammo. Luckily, they only take 10 per gun, so 20 per drone that we make. Still, it's going to go pretty quickly. I'd probably like to have a little more ammo than that. So in production here, let's look at what this ammo requires. It doesn't actually require anything else that we don't have. I'm gonna build like 16,000 of this. But anyway, Gatling wise, it looks like all of our weapons are armed up. None of them were empty. Let's go ahead for assault. For our assault cannons, all of our stuff is armed, so that's good. And for our artillery, it looks like it's all armed as well. It's only this one. Oh hey, we actually have some random ammo spread around the ship. I remember I did that earlier in the last series before we took off because I didn't want one thing containing all of the ammo. I don't think we're going to end up doing that this time. I'm probably fine having it all right there, because that's a pretty centralized location of the ship. We've got our little autocannon turrets right there, which are armed up. So, ammo, check. We need to check that our hydrogen tanks are full. So looking at our hydrogen tanks, it looks like 17%, 64%. So they're not full and they're not filling up, but they're also not on stockpile. If I turn them on stockpile, they will start filling up. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and save that as a group, and then we're gonna say stockpile on, let them stockpile themselves up. And seems like they're gonna eat all of the hydrogen that we have in the base. This is fine though. 95%. If we can get them to 100, that's gonna be perfect. While we're doing that, actually, what I wanna do is I wanna go up to our main control room, and I wanna set up a command for, actually, this is probably the easiest way. I wanna set up a command for turning on and off the stockpile of the tanks. So let's say this one right here is going to be dedicated to our hydrogen stuff. So we'll just have a button right here for stockpile on and a button right here for stockpile off. So stockpile on right there. I'm going to write down a little message as well. All right, there we go. And I would love to write a script at one point to be able to control these things so that I could say like stockpile on and off, and it shows which one is actually selected or something, but I'm not quite at that level yet. Or maybe I am, but I would just need to spend a lot of time actually doing that. And I'm not about to do another 2-hour programming thing. So let's make sure stockpile is on, and we will see our stuff go up. Actually, what I might do as well then, if we have that there, what do I want to do? I think maybe back here, I'm gonna use these screens to show my hydrogen. Oh man, I really want to get a script here. You know what? Maybe later in the series, you know, the last few episodes we do, we'll write a script to actually showcase our hydrogen stockpiles and stuff here. For now, I think we're just gonna go say like one of these, the right side screen is gonna show an app. It's gonna show the energy and hydrogen of the ship. Yeah, that's probably the best we can do. So what you can do is you can hit the button right here and you can turn around and you can see the energy and hydrogen changing. So 83 is the hydrogen of our thing. Of course the base doesn't have any more hydrogen. Why would it? I just ate it all. As much as I'd love to send this thing to go on an ice expedition, something tells me it wouldn't make it there. Might have ice on it though. It actually does have ice on it. Can I just switch lock? Okay, let me repair that and then do a switch lock here. And it should be able to give all of its ice. Maybe not. I might have to actually fix some of the... maybe not actually. Oh god, are you going on a mission? Uh-oh. I knew I should have cleared that up. You know what? It's fine. It'll make it through. It forges its own path. That's what I'm talking about. Here, let me help you out there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I respect that. I do. All right, he'll go get us some more ice. It'll be fine. Maybe I'll yoink some of these, make his job easier on the way back. Ah, that would be another problem. It seems the Joshua Wilson transport ship has attempted to connect to that, but has run into a bit of an obstacle. All right, it's fine. I mean, it's got ice on it. It's fine. This might be how it remains. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, while I'm waiting for stuff on the base to build, I went and set up another little button panel over here for exterior turrets, turning them on and off right there. And I set up another one over here for our jump drive where we can set it to recharge on and off. And if we want to jump, we sit in this seat and hit the button. I wanted to set it so that you can put a button right there for jumping, but you can only do it from a cockpit. You can't actually click a button for for a jump drive to jump, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the jump cockpit over there. Okay, and just like the front area, we have our little drone controls here with our start, stop, and launch staggered. And then we have our thruster controls right here also. You know what would be really cool is to do a challenge where you can only fly a ship with buttons like this. So no actual sitting in cockpits. You can only fly it like this, and you have to use overrides and stuff like that. And you have to fly it all with buttons like that. That'd be very neat to have like a control room where you have to be running around changing everything in order to get from place to place. But anyway, I think we're pretty much ready to take off. We've loaded all of the stuff that we're gonna load, I think. Let me just do one last check here. Yes, we've loaded all the components we're gonna load. We just need to grab some ingots, so let me do that real quick. I'm gonna put everything down. I'm gonna go grab some iron and stuff like that. So I'll leave a little bit of that stuff right there. But like platinum, for instance, I wanna make sure I grab all the platinum. Gravel I don't care about, we'll find plenty of that. But gold, for instance, is another valuable one that I'm gonna make sure I grab some of. We're gonna grab some silver as well. Then, of course, we'll grab as much iron as we can possibly carry. Let's go ahead and bring these onto the ship, and I need to make sure that it doesn't try to, like, steal my stuff back once I put it on there. Maybe for now, we'll go ahead and disconnect this from the main base. So we'll switch lock here, and we will disconnect this. So let's bring this back, reverse. There we go, let that go all the way back, and let's go ahead and throw in our stuff. So we're gonna put in as many ingots as we can to make our journey a little easier. All right, I think that's gonna be the last trip that I'm gonna do here. So let's bring this over to the ship. I'm gonna make sure to open these again. We're gonna stop on by the Pamazon distribution center before we go, just to grab more ingots if we need to. So let's put this down. Next thing I want to do is check all of our thrusters, make sure they're all on. So right now they're all off. What I'm going to need to do is go into my control station from here, I guess. It's probably, I have to go up the ladder. Go up the ladder to the control station. It's all the way up here. Both control stations have access to... Oops, that actually doesn't go all the way to the top. That's a little weird, but whatever. It's fine. We have jetpack for a reason. So we'll go all the way over here, make sure our thrusters are on. And we're gonna check them to make sure they're all working. So thrusters should now be on. Let's remember to turn on or turn off our hydrogen stockpile as well. So now we should see, yep, our thrusters are working. Let's check to make sure all of them are active, and then we can get going. So first off, our 4 top thrusters are looking good. Our other top thrusters looking good. Our back thrusters are great. Our side thrusters right here are good. Our other side thrusters out are looking good. Moving on to the other side, our side thrusters are looking good. And then finally, these side thrusters looking good. Yep, okay, bottom thrusters, let's take a look. Just looking down the line, these are all looking to be in good shape, in working order. And finally, our front thrusters as well. So we've got 2 right here, we've got 2 right there, and we've got 2 right there. It looks like all the little weird paint job right there, but looks like all the thrusters are in working order at this point. So we're pretty much ready to go. Let me just check my pre-launch list to make sure we've got everything. Thrusters, components. Yep, I think we're good. Okay, so once we launch, we're gonna have to add those 2 turrets that we weren't able to add on the side right there. So let's take off and float just in the air here for a second while I get those added. I really need like an emergency hatch to allow me to get in and out faster in case I need to. Don't I? Okay, there we go. We now have an emergency hatch. It will remove all the air, but it's fine. It's an emergency hatch for emergencies only, so it should be good now. Anyway, with everything set up, let's go ahead and head into the pilot's seat right here. We're gonna press P to disconnect from the ground, and we're gonna just float upward a little bit. Actually, we would like this to be daytime, so let's go sleep real quick. Luckily, we don't have to go very far to find a room. We've got one right here. Let's go into one of the sleeping pods and sleep just until the morning. It's gonna be about an hour till the morning, so I'll see you guys then. Good morning, everybody. Today is the day we're gonna be taking off, so let's head on out here. We only slept for like an hour there, but it should be daytime by now. Oh yeah, it's looking like the sun's high in the sky. Not that high, just over there. But all right, let's get into our pilot seat and get ready for this. Press P to disconnect. I pressed P, but it's not doing the thing. Let me go into here real quick. Convert to station. Nope, we are a ship. Okay, let's press P again. Huh. Okay, it could be that I can't actually access the landing gear because it's not actually built up. So let's head down there real quick, and we're just going to saw off the landing gear, and hopefully that doesn't cause the ship to go careening into the side of the enclosure there, because we are not exactly straightened out, but it should be fine. All right, let's go ahead and take this off. Oh, a little bit of lag. Ah! I may have crushed the coffee roaster again because I forgot that our dampeners weren't on. Whoops. Let's head back up here real quick. Turn on our dampeners, fly up a little bit, and just sit up here for a second. Okay, we should have enough hydrogen to chill here for a second. So let's just let the ship, make sure we're at like basically 0 meters per second. Good. That's what I like to see. Let's see what kind of damage we did to the under... Okay, so for the coffee roaster, it's been sat on a second time. So that wasn't fair of me. That was not a good thing for me to have done there for that poor ship. But for this stuff, it looks like we might be fine. I'm not really seeing any damage, which is good. I'm so sorry, coffee roaster. You really didn't deserve that one. You didn't deserve the first one, but that one was negligence on my part, and I'm sorry about that. Now that said, we have to move forward, and moving forward means adding more Gatling guns to the side of the ship. So let's do that before we head on over to the Pamazon Distribution Center. So one Gatling gun is gonna go right here. Like that. That's facing the wrong way. There we go, like that. And the other Gatling gun is gonna go back here. Like that. We really ought to make a coffee roaster memorial garden or something, but anyways, let's head in this ship. I mean, this thing is looking good. Let's actually do a blueprint of it real quick while we're flying, because at this point we've got everything that we want on the ship right now. Yeah, the front could maybe use something, but I'm not going to worry about that right now, because I think it's fine. And if you wanted the stats of the AMG Snowstorm, there they are. It's 7,373 blocks, and it requires all of the DLC. It's a large ship, and it's large. Okay, let's get inside and fly on over to the AMG, to the Pamazon Distribution Center and grab some stuff that's over there. Let's also see how much hydrogen we use just floating here, and that'll give us an idea of how much we're going to use heading over there. So we have used 2% of our hydrogen. Okay, that's not that bad. All right, gyros. You know, we could use more gyros. We're getting a lot of clang here. I do wonder. Oh, I know what that's from. Are you good, bro? I don't think he was good. I think this guy needs help. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna grind down this guy because I don't know where to put it. It's fine. We don't need it anymore. All right, there we go. Random ship has been fixed, and hopefully this stuff doesn't clang around too much on those things. Okay, back into the cockpit. We've used another 4% of our hydrogen, so let's go ahead and go up a little bit. We're gonna turn ourselves around. We should really get more gyros, but it's a large ship, so it probably doesn't matter too much. By the way, while we're turning around here, did you guys see that the Space Engineers 2 reveal has appeared? Space Engineers 2 has been revealed and announced. It is in development, and they are working on it, and they released a teaser, and at the end they were like, Space Engineers 2. And I was like, yo, that's awesome. In that exact voice. I hear explosions. See, that's what I don't like, is the sound of explosions. Let's pause here for a second. Let me try and diagnose what the explosions are and why the explosions are. So this stuff should be turned... Oh, how did you get there? Wait, recaffeinator, how'd you get there? Okay, the recaffeinator has sustained heavy damages. And I can only guess that what had happened... Are we missing a thruster or two? Yeah, we are. I can only guess that what happened is that I thought I was connected and I wasn't actually connected. So, I guess let's grab some steel plates. See if I can fix this. All right, we only need one thruster active here to get us to our little welding pad. So let me just build that up if I can get... Come on. Come on, these are not the blocks I'm trying to get. Nope, this one right here. Or did I get it already? All right, we've got a front-facing thruster. Okay, this was a big mistake on my part, but it's fine. This is good. We have the little welding pad just like right over... where did we come from? Over there. Okay, so our ship's gonna chill there for a second. It'll be fine. It's only gonna use like 10% max of its power. We're gonna bring this over to the weld pad, and it's a good reminder for me to make sure that my my stuff is locked down before I try to move. So let's head over to our little weld pad over here, because unfortunately we don't have this on the AMG Snowstorm. Excuse me, I've come for a couple repairs. I hope you guys don't mind. Couple scratches on the paint job. Ran into a couple reavers. You should see the other guy. I'm gonna miss this thing. We need to build one of these things on the AMG Snowstorm. I really am gonna miss this thing. If we have another mishap like this while we're out there in the expanse, we're not gonna know what to do. I think we're pretty much welded though. Oops. Oh, we had a couple more things. I'll let it weld up anything else that we have. But I think we're pretty much there. All right, let's go land this back on the AMG Snowstorm before we run out of... Oh my God, look at the AMG Snowstorm right there, just chilling. That's so awesome. Let's take, you know, we have a little bit of hydrogen left over. Let's take a peek at it. Oh, that's so cool. Snowstorm. Look at that. Again, paint job might need a little bit of work, but there she is. The AMG Snowstorm in all her glory. Really is a fantastic ship. I actually wonder, does the effect work if you're on the bottom and looking up? Maybe a little bit. I mean, it is a little bit camouflaged to the skies. They don't look like stars though, these bright twinkles, but maybe if it were farther away they would. All right, let's go ahead and dock in this thing. So the docking needs to be changed just a little bit. So let's park right here for a second. Let's go over here, remove you. You guys have anything in you? No, okay, perfect. Okay, having just the one should work a little bit better, I think. So let's turn this around and see if we can connect this to our connection thing. Actually, I think something else happened. Never mind, I think it was actually connected. But I think when we pressed P, it disconnected them all because I pressed P, and you guys are always telling me I probably shouldn't press P, and I did. So I think that's what happened. Yeah, because you'll notice all of these things basically got flung around. Let's see, does that work? Yes, that does it. Okay, we can press P to park right there. And I just need to turn off all these from being parking connectors, I think is what I need to do. Use for parking off, use for parking. Yes, okay, we got it connected. Let's press number 8. That's gonna get it starting to get some hydrogen. All right, we've got all of our ships reconnected, and hopefully that's the end of that issue. In fact, let's even go in here. Let's close the doors for now. Yeah, we got stuff everywhere. Man, all right, doors close. We're gonna give it a second. Let that close right there. Make sure there are no other blocks around, otherwise they might fly around and bump into stuff. All right, I think we should be good. Let's get back up to our captain's quarters. Okay, after that little fiasco, let's see how we're doing. 58% hydrogen. All right, we're definitely stopping by the Amazon distribution center. It should have lots of fuel for us to eat, so let's head on over there. And hopefully we don't have any more explosions occurring. It's definitely sounding better. We don't have as many explosions occurring, but all right, let's get over there and we'll try and dock ourselves into something. We might have to make a little docking port for this thing, but it's gonna be worth it. We'll slow ourselves down as we get over there as well. We might be going too fast, but hopefully we don't overshoot by that much. Look at this, the AMG Snowstorm finally in motion. This is so cool. We have a little moon over there. We've got our guns right there. It's not a lot to see from this angle. Oh, there we go. We are gonna overshoot this a little bit. I could aim up to try and slow ourselves down. It would help a little bit because we have a lot of thrusters on the bottom. So let's slow ourselves down here. We could do with a couple more thrusters on the front, but it's probably fine. Okay, I'm gonna use my arrow keys to slowly turn ourselves around this way as well. Actually, the arrow keys are turning me around pretty quickly. All right. Oh my gosh, Mr. Diaxis is still mining over there. Look at that. I think that's the Mr. Diaxis, right? Wow, it's still getting iron. That's crazy. I'm impressed with that. All right, we got some more clanging around. We'll check it out once we land here. So we have a little landing gear thing right there. I don't know if we can actually fit in that, but I'm gonna try. It's a little bit low to the ground. We might just have to extend it a little bit. Oh my god. The Amazon distribution center is being shrouded in darkness right now. That's insane. Okay, let's go ahead and go down to the ground a little bit. Yeah, I think we are gonna have to change up how we do that a little bit. We've got plenty of hydrogen. Let's let ourselves sit up here for a second. We're gonna come down here and we're gonna extend that that little fueling port. Okay, so this thing right here we need to bring up and over. So you... All right, let's get these things built up. This should be close enough so that we don't run into anything on the Amazon distribution center. while still allowing us to plug into this base and grab all the hydrogen that we have. We've got lots of hydrogen on here. This is gonna be good. All right, plug that in right there. And now let's get this ship plugged in. So we'll go in through here. I need to remember how to get to, oh, nope, that's not the way. How to get to my stuff. I guess I can use my emergency entrance. Why not? Is our, I think our pressurization's finally working again. Okay, we gotta be careful here. Let's go ahead and back up. We'll go up a little bit. And we're very close to it. Yep, there we go. There's the connection. I want to press P, but I'm not going to. I'm going to instead go out there to that connector. And I'm going to switch lock on it. Just because of what happened earlier, I don't want anything like that to happen again. So we'll go over here and kaboom. Switch lock. Okay, now while we're here, I'm going to go into this thing before we do anything else. And I'm going to say recharge or stockpile on. So if I do that, we should notice, yes, that's starting to go up. So hopefully that reaches 100% before we go. And we do have 3 large hydrogen tanks that are full of ice, willing to fill it up. So that's good to see. Meanwhile, over here in our ingot container, what do I want to bring? Magnesium. That's what I want to bring. So we're going to bring some magnesium with us. All right, I think we'll take one more load of iron. But can I just say that the Mr. Diaxis PAM mining ship is an absolute unit capable of generating this much iron? That's insane. Let's take a quick look at the state of our little iron mine over here before we leave. So our iron mine, last time I checked it, it was pretty darn amazing. But now, oh man, that's that's insane. This mining ship has been going crazy. It's mined out almost this entire vein. Actually, it's still got a lot more iron to go. So it's not even mined out the entire iron vein and it's got that much. That's insane. I'm impressed. Back over here, you can see the absolute giant that is the AMG Snowstorm parked up at this base, dwarfing everything. It's crazy. All right, I think we're pretty much ready here to take off. So what I'm gonna do is switch lock on, no, not switch lock yet. I'm gonna name this real quick. So we'll call this Snowstorm connector main. And then I think what I'm gonna do inside my cockpit here is I'm gonna set up a connector somewhere here. Maybe, well, I guess I'll set it up right here. There we go, I've got my switch lock right there. So before I do anything, I wanna make sure that I hit the stockpile off button right here, so that we're able to use all of our stuff. We do have 100%, very good. We need to make sure our thrusters are on, and then I think we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and press number 8. Move away from the base a little bit. With 100% hydrogen, I think we're finally ready to go to the stars. So what we're gonna do, we'll turn off, well, we'll keep our signals on normal display, just in case the reaver pops up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna head toward our uranium stuff. So let's go ahead and start going up. We don't want to go too fast because the planet's not that small and we're gonna have a pain of a time slowing down. So let's start heading up. And I need to try and find where my other stuff is. I think it's over here. We're gonna head toward the Earth-like planet. We'll keep turning around. We'll go into first person here. Oh, looks cool. We're gonna want our P gravity to go all the way down to 0. I'm gonna keep it under 200. Actually, I'm gonna start slowing down already because the P gravity is going down fairly quickly. We're actually gonna start getting ourselves a forward speed right here as we head toward our outpost over there. Oh man, look at that. We have liftoff, everybody. The AMG Snowstorm is in the air. And from above, I gotta say, it does blend in pretty well with the planet. It's not that bad. Okay, we have an independent contractor in front of us. Where did my bases go? P gravity 0.8. We're almost out of the gravity already. That's why I didn't want to go too fast because Europa really is kind of small. It's a very small moon. So let's start heading this way. We're gonna give ourselves a speed of 70, 80 maybe, something like that. And we're gonna head on over to our uranium outpost. Man, we're finally in space. It seems like it's been ages since we last flew the AMG Sandstorm is what it was. Last time we flew it was when we were taking it from the wreckage site back to the base after we had built that giant hangar for it. And the last time before that was when we had taken it off from the end of the last series exactly a year ago. So it has definitely been a while. I'm gonna slow down here. I don't want to be going too fast. And we are out of P gravity almost. We're basically out of P gravity. We have a little bit of damage here. That's coming from, I really don't know what that's coming from. I'll walk around a little bit because there's not much of a fear to do so. Where's our vent in here, by the way? Are we pressurized? No, I think pressurization is still broken. As far as the damage, I bet you it's that guy right there. While we're moving, actually, I want to go toward the front because the front is really cool in that it's got that little view that I made at the start of this episode. So let's move on down here. I want to go down this thing right here, down to this side, and then go out this way. So if we come out here, let that close behind me, we should have a pretty nice view of where we're headed. This is like the premier view of the AMG Snowstorm. We're starting to lose some of our speed. We're still not out of the gravity, by the way. Oh, there we go. Now we're out of gravity. That little bump right there was us getting out of the gravity. And now that we're out of the gravity, I wouldn't be surprised if more Reavers started spawning just because they spawn a little more in space than they do on the planets. But we have these guns to help us out just in case, so. All right, let's keep going. Give ourselves some speed. Well, we do have some speed. As we get closer to those things over there, I'm pretty sure these asteroids are my facilities up here. As we get closer, we should start to see them. The only reason we don't right now is because we're out of the range of that antenna right there. And we have the laser antenna down there, which is connected to this, but this ship here doesn't have a laser antenna. So let's, oh, you know what we don't have actually is a gravity generator. It's okay, we brought gravity components for that reason. Let's head out this way. We're gonna get up to our main cockpit here. I just find the AMG Snowstorm really fun to navigate through all these corridors and stuff. Like I could get to the control room in a couple different ways. Oop, I have to actually crouch right here if I want to get through, just because we don't have that gravity generator. That's probably gonna be one of the first things we do when we make a little upgrade to this. How do I get to the? There we go. Up here. Oh, again, without a gravity generator, it's a little weird to walk around here. All right, here we are. Up on the bridge. Okay, so for the remainder of this episode, we're going to be heading toward these little outposts over here, and then in the next episode, we're going to try to get to one of these signals, one of these unidentified signals here, which are the Prototech stuff. So we're going to try and get one of those that spawn a little bit closer. We're going to use our jump drive to get a little closer to it as well. Our jump drive has a range of 2,000 kilometers. So as long as it's in that range, we can kind of jump toward it. And I think if we get close to it, the timer will go away. So it's currently got, like, that one has T-minus 16 minutes, and that one doesn't have a T-minus, but I think it would if we wait long enough. But yeah, we'll try and get one of those next episode. Check that out and see what that's like. Because I have not... Guys, it's been so long since the Prototech stuff's been released, and I have still not actually been to one of the Prototech facilities. I've been waiting just so that we can finally get to one with the AMG Snowstorm. So it's going to be very exciting to do that. It is over here, right? I'm not crazy? I don't remember if it's... I'm hoping it's this rock. It's got to be that asteroid, right? But if it's that asteroid, how am I not seeing a signal yet? Oh, wait, hang on. I should have these signals on my GPS. Space. Let's look at the space ice. Am I going the right way? Oh, I am going the right way. I guess we didn't put like a proper antenna on here. I thought we did, but... So that's the space ice. Where's the space uranium that I put then? Space uranium. Aha, so we were headed in the right direction. The space uranium is the one we're going for. But the space ice one above us is where our main base is. So we have an actual space base over there. But anyway, we're heading toward the space uranium because that's got all the uranium for us. It's got like 1,000 uranium or something insane like that. And you guys kept reminding me in the last few episodes not to forget to grab the uranium. So here I am, not forgetting to grab the uranium. This is an important step. All right, almost 2.5 kilometers here. We're coming in quite slowly, but I don't want to go too fast with a ship like this that is extremely difficult to stop. So we're gonna just kind of coast in at, you know, we're gonna keep it under 50 for sure here. So the uranium base, I don't know if you guys remember, but we actually built this thing a long time ago. This was probably halfway through the series, I want to say, that we went out here. Maybe a little later. It was probably around August or something like that we went out here and we built this little uranium outpost. It was just kind of a drill. Oh, that's a Reaver. That's going to attack us, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to attack us here. So let's chill for a second. We're going to slow our ship down. We're going to slow our roll. We're going to give it an advantageous angle for us. Yeah, that's a Reaver Thrasher. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit this button right here, which should give us a staggered launch. Now, we haven't tested this. We have not tested this. So let's see if it does do that. Yes. Okay, they are staggered launching. We're going to let them take off. And if we start to take a little bit more damage than I'm comfortable with, we're going to actually grab the recaffeinator and use that. So there are our ships right there. They should go fight the Reaver for us. But we'll see what happens. I'm just going to chill here for a second. We're going to, you know what? I'm going to turn to face this. We're going to right click on that. What I'm also going to do is hit this button right here to start the printing script to make sure that we're printing new ones. Okay, so we have ships in combat. Okay, it's a little weird. That thing has like a railgun. That looked like a railgun, which worries me. But, oh, did it crash into the mountain? Okay, let's move in a little closer. I think it might have crashed into, no, the Reaver Berserker's still up and it's firing. So let's get a little closer so that our main ship is able to do stuff. We take a hit, it's fine. We've got lots of guns on our side here. I'm not too worried. We're engaging the Thrasher, or the Berserker rather. We've got our ships back there engaging. We've got this tiny ship right here engaging. Okay, we've got our back guns engaging as well. That should be the ship taken care of. I'm seeing lots of explosions over there. And that's what I like to see. Ships down. Just like that, everybody. Let me tell you, in the last series, we actually took off with the AMG Snowstorm, and we had the drone launcher, but the second we tried to use our drone launcher to launch drones out the ship, they just crashed into the side of the ship and didn't work. So I'm very happy to see that these drones are working. Now, unfortunately, we don't really have any way to recollect the drones after we've got them, so they're just gonna kind of float there until they run out of power. But I think that's fine because they're gonna defend our base. I don't want to run into it. We did take one hit, by the way, on this side, but I'm not seeing any real damage. Let's move forward here. Now let's get into a nice position next to our base, which we just successfully defended from a Reaver attack. Thank you, drones. You were very helpful. So I don't know if I mentioned this in a past episode, but a drone Mark II version, what we would pretty much do is set it so that once it doesn't detect an enemy, it'd have a follow script, and it would just try to follow us around until it ran out of power. That would be a better version of that drone. And luckily, if we made a version 2 of that drone, we wouldn't have to do anything to the printer. We just have to load it up, and it should just work, in the words of Todd Howard. But let's go ahead and land, not land, but like park-ish next to this thing. All right, that's looking good. All right. Oh my gosh, that right there is Europa. That's our home, and that's where we just came from. Those are our ships that just defended us from a Reaver, and that, well, I was gonna continue that with saying that is Earth, but it's nowhere to be seen. I think it's on the other side of the asteroid. But everybody, welcome to our uranium base. Let's go take a look at our uranium base, and we'll end the episode here because next episode we're gonna actually take the AMG Snowstorm out on a mission. But in this episode, we just wanted to kind of get here, grab our uranium, and just end the episode here. So yeah, this is our uranium outpost. It's been working diligently for a long, long time, and as a result, it has 2,000 uranium in its storage. This thing right here has mined, actually it's been spinning even since the last time we put it here. If I extend the radius or anything like that, it'll get even more uranium, but for now it's got 200 or 2,000. It's not bad, not too shabby at all. We'll go ahead and yoink that uranium right there, toss it in this ship, and that's gonna be a lot of uranium. That's a profit right there. All right, everybody, we've taken off with the Snowstorm. We defeated a Reaver in space, and we've landed at the uranium outpost to collect all of our uranium. This was an action-packed episode, a long one for sure, but an action-packed one nonetheless. We've finally taken off in the Snowstorm, and I'm very happy to see that it's succeeding in pretty much everything we wanted to do. It feels really good to have those drones pop out and actually do what we wanted them to do. Oh gosh, okay. No walking on the voxel. It's really weird in space. But anyways, this is where we're gonna end this episode. Next episode, like I was saying earlier, we're gonna go attack one of these unidentified signals. We're gonna use our jump drive to get there, and we'll go and take it out. Maybe grab some Prototech stuff. That's gonna be really fun. So stay tuned for that one. We're getting close to the end of the series, so you know, we gotta do some stuff with the Snowstorm before the next series starts. Everybody, I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a like. Put your comments and your suggestions for next episode down below in the comments section. And everybody, I will see you in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.